Hey guys, welcome back to Wade and the Walter, the world's current smallest podcast. Thank you for watching or listening. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and now Apple Podcasts. And yeah, welcome back to the show. And welcome back our favorite co-host, Dustin Gates, back on the show after missing 1 week.
Yup.
And all right, Kyle might be here later, knowing Kyle. He runs a little late. Dimitri could not make it today. But first off, I want to say congratulations to Kyle and Olathe Northwest for moving on to sub-state for football. Phenomenal season. That's the best team they've ever had. And yeah, roll Ravens. And on today's docket, we've got a decent amount. We've got our very special guest today that we will introduce in a moment. Then we're going to talk about Jake Paul and Andrew Tate's face-off. Deji versus Floyd Mayweather just ended. What's old? Black Panther 2 has grossed really well in the box office on opening night, and Dave Chapelle on Saturday Night Live. All right. Introducing another special guest today, one of the top-ranked defensive backs in the state of Kansas. He's committed to Northern Iowa to further his athletic and academic career. He's not Hollywood, he's Holly Zoe. Welcome to the show, Alonzo Morgan.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's up?
What's up, Zoe?
What's up?
Welcome to Wade and the Walter. Unfortunately, our other two co-hosts could not make it, or well, one of them can't. The other one is notorious for showing up late, so he might be here. But
who is it? Who is it?
Kyle Souders from Olathe Northwest.
That.
And then Dimitri Serrano, also known as Dimitri Fitness. He can't make it tonight. He's doing something. But all right. Anything you want to say before we get started?
I want to say thanks for having me. Let's get to it.
All right. Let's see. All right. So first off, congratulations on your commitment. I haven't gotten to say that to you in person or like over a call yet. I texted you. Sorry, Kyle just texted and said everyone be on time. But so Kyle will be here in a second. But we'll get into the first question. Congratulations on your commitment. But out of curiosity, I know you were getting looks from places like Kansas, Iowa, K-State, and a few others, NDSU. So why Northern Iowa? That's kind of what I'm wondering. So over other schools.
It's because I just have a better relationship with the coaches. I don't feel like I'm being led on to something that I'm not going to be in the future. And I feel like it's going to be home to the point where they're like my second parents, I would say. And it's pretty cool to have a good relationship with the coach, especially you would want to play under for 4 years. And I know and I feel comfortable that they're going to set me up to make it to the next step, which is to the NFL.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Let's see. So I'm gonna pop.
Oh, he likes Green Bay. Red flag.
Definitely a red flag. So I'd like to formally apologize to Kyle for once he actually wasn't late. I just didn't see him enter the waiting room. He's connecting the audio, so he doesn't get time to talk. But man, this weekend was actually kind of crazy though. Dustin's a legal adult. I'm an adult. I can vote.
Imagine. Must be nice.
I can vote.
Okay, I'm here. Okay.
My lottery ticket. And welcome back, Kyle Souders.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here. Really is. Really is.
But, all right. Anyways, yeah, Kyle, I guess we'll get right back into it. Well, Kyle, do you have anything you want to say? We already congratulated you on a good victory Friday.
Oh, it means a lot. Played an awful game, but we got a bunch of dogs, everyone else in the field. So, just great. Just honored. Love to be on the podcast as always. Alonzo Morgan, great to see you. Great to meet you. Congrats on the commitment. I believe.
Appreciate you.
Yep. I told you. Look at that. Very attractive man as well. I'll just put it out there. I'll put it out there.
No, bro, that's all you, bro.
I just thought I'd mention it.
Guys, we are not.
We're not homosexual.
We're not podcast, guys. We're not gonna. This is not what.
Not yet.
Guys, we literally just got monetized. Can we not
Wait, did we actually get monetized yet?
Yeah.
Wait, but what if we get maybe someone on the podcast that's in that?
Then
Genre,
we will talk about it then. How about that? Okay.
Well, when the path collides.
Anyways, we're being very rude to our guest. Kyle, do you have any questions for Alonzo?
I'll think. I was not prepared. I definitely do. Just give me a couple minutes.
All right. So Dustin, I know you had a couple questions, so you go.
Yeah. All right. So, how did you feel about this season this year?
And it was a very tough season, honestly. But thing is, people got to know, like, we had a new coaching staff. We had a lot of new players, not a lot of new like a lot of new players, like old players like leaving. So we also was like building something that's new. Like everything we did was new. We changed up, everything is new. And I'm just proud of every single one of my like teammates, because one thing we did go through that we will learn in like the near future is adversity, fighting through adversity. When things get hard, would you give up or you will keep going for the greater good? And what we did was we kept going. We almost beat Lake South, and we beat the 4A state champions, St. James, for our first win. So it is what it is.
Yeah, had a rough start, but you guys did finish pretty strong. And that was impressive that you guys could bounce back like that because
Right.
it was.
I will add, I love to hear that. Because whenever we were kind of like that, it was a couple years back when I didn't even play. But we had some really tough seasons with the new coach. Really, no one had faith in us in anything. I wasn't even on the team at that point. But I could just, what's happening. But they kept fighting with the new coach and stuff. It's really important to build a culture and just keep fighting no matter what, because then previous teams will be really good and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think you guys honestly were a pretty good team, and ended really strong, which I love to see.
Yeah, we really did. It was fun while it lasted. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right. So since Dustin asked that, I'm gonna take you back to a better time. I'm gonna take you back to late fall of 2020. This was my first time I got to see you play, and I wasn't playing against you. You're a sophomore starter about to play for a state championship. What was going on through your mind at that time, or like in your head?
Man, if you know what I was dealing with my freshman year, I actually never played like a single season my freshman year. Sophomore year was like first time I ever played football. Ever played football. And my head was like, dang, I really made it. Like, this really it. Like I was nervous, I was scared, because you gotta realize it was during like COVID time. So no one could even go out to the games. No one could even like go and support you. It was always mostly like parents, no student sections. It was exciting, but it was definitely nerve-wracking, I would say.
Yeah. No, because I had a lot of fun at that game until things kind of fell apart in the second half. But
You did.
but it was fun to watch. What's called? I kind of have a follow-up question to that because so obviously that team was phenomenal. You guys had one of the best defenses Kansas has ever seen, and arguably the best defensive back group. So playing with two other high-level DBs in Day and Dasan McCullough, how did that help you grow as a player, especially with that being your first season playing football? Like,
It honestly helped me, like, motivated me to be big as them, for real. Like, it helped me. They taught me like a lot of new things I never knew, because I played offense. So I was like a running back. I never stepped foot on the field and knowing I was going to step in to play as a corner or a DB. So that was like my first year playing defense. And they always wanted me to play defense from the get-go. And what they taught, and they just taught me how, like any other DB knows, like how to play man, how to play zone, read your eyes, a lot of footwork, all that. And it's really just to help boost my ego, basically.
mhm. Yeah, I think because ego nowadays is very like that feels like a trigger word for people, like where they hear ego and they instantly think it's bad. And I'm like of the complete contrary because ego
It
with
depends.
and out of control ego and unhealthy ego is bad, but a
Right.
good a good, healthy, controlled ego is good because ego is your sense of self, like your sense of self identity and self worth.
That's what I'm saying. It's self-worth. Like you can't have self-confidence in yourself because you can't do anything if you don't have self-confidence in yourself. Or like literally, like if you say like you have a test coming up, right? And you was like, dang, I'm about to fail. Like, I don't know. Even though you studied, you did all the extra work, you did your homework and everything, and you still just don't have confidence in yourself to even take a test. Like stuff like that, you know? And it's also just, what is it? As you said, self-worth. Self-worth is very important to anything you do. Anything. It's the way how you live.
Mhm.
Because nobody can tell you otherwise. There's always going to be a hater, and you can't let one person bring you down for what you have confidence and you believe in yourself. Because no one's going to tell you unless you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly. No, that's definitely something like that's a message I want to put out there and spread more is like really just that confidence in yourself. Now being humble at the same time and knowing your limits and stuff like that, but having the confidence to know you can take on any challenge and put your best foot forward and potentially overcome and conquer. That's huge to me. I mean, dude, I'm the stupid or I guess 18-year-old now, but like I was a stupid 17-year-old who was like, you know what, I want to just talk to my friends and post it on the internet. And now we're getting paid to talk. This is I'm getting paid. This is work hours. This is business hours.
Right.
And it's like I truly believe you can do anything you set your mind to if you're willing to put in the work for it
For sure.
and you believe in yourself.
Never no handouts.
Well, never. Anyways, Dustin and Kyle, do either of you guys have another question for Alonzo? Because I think I've covered mine.
Yeah, I got one. So what did like recruitment look like for you?
Like, what do you mean? Like, just through the process of it?
Yeah, like through the process and everything.
So add a lot of ups and downs to it. It's just very patiently, like just patience. Sophomore year is where I had like my biggest, I was like up there where I had like all colleges was now roaming in, everything starting to flow as I wanted to. Then, something happened to our like junior season, kind of like slowed it down just a little bit. And then now it skyrocketed back up all cause of my stat line and all the college camps I've been to. So I'll just say, like, just real life, just patient. It's just slow. Be honest.
I will say, were you in contact with other coaches at the time or what?
Like contact, like
Yeah,
what
like
you mean
were
by
you
other
emailing out or were coaches reaching out to you?
coaches was reaching out to me.
There you go. That's a good spot. Wish I had that issue. Nah, it's fine.
Kyle, you never know, win a ring, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all got a chance. Be Gardner.
Oh yeah. Let's we'll see about that. We'll see.
about that.
But I got a question. Like, what are you kind of looking for in the college process? I know you don't know a lot, but like, how do you see it going? Like, playing time, training wise, and just kind of all that, just kind of combined.
Yeah, just put in the work, and I'm just planning on getting at least some minutes my freshman year. I know it's gonna be hard, but I always put in the work because so far I ain't never wrong. When I say I put my mind into it, I always get how it goes. So, see.
Yeah. You know what's kind of crazy? It's crazy to me. I met Alonzo. He was a basketball player. This is the second
Hey,
week.
I can tell you about this.
This is the second week in a row we've had. Somebody used to be a basketball player. Now it's all football. It's like, I mean,
All football.
if you want to talk about it, it's yours.
All right, I got you. Yeah, Walt knows I had hoop dreams. I love basketball. That was like my very, 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 very first passion. I've been playing like basketball since preschool, straight out the womb type beat. Like I love basketball. Like I was playing in the NBA. That was like the whole goal. And then I broke my leg, and then COVID hit, and then I was like, do I really love basketball? Like I could really go far with this football stuff. Then I just slowly started losing my passion for basketball, and I was like, football's me.
Yeah, I mean, that's like similar thing kind of has happened to me where it's like I've slowly like don't get me wrong, I still love basketball, but like now this is what I love, like the digital creation of things.
Right,
I love that stuff.
right. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love basketball. I'll play basketball if you hit me up and we do runs. Like I'll be down for it. But if it's like playing on the team and actually like, playing like under your high school and all that, no, this is not me.
What about the Blue Valley Rec? You doing that this year?
Everybody told me to, but I was like, I don't know. It's pending though.
So if you play rec, I'll play rec.
For real?
Yeah. We can do Blue Valley or Olathe. It's up to you.
Olathe got their own red.
Yeah.
I thought they play on. Oh, nah. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so any more questions for Alonzo?
I'll probably think of one halfway through the episode, so I'll pull it up during that.
All right. Dustin, do you have any more questions?
No, I've got no more.
All right. Well, thank you, Alonzo, for coming on the show. It was great having you. You're a great guest, and you're welcome back anytime. Just let me know.
Man, this was fun. Thanks for having me. For real, this was a great time.
Best of wishes in colleges. We know you're gonna go far, so just kind of the route. We'll see. We'll always catch up. We're looking to here to Florida whenever you get drafted in the NFL. So I'm looking forward to the time. I'm looking forward to it. First rounder.
Appreciate
first
it.
overall.
All love.
Love it.
We'll
No.
always connect.
Yeah.
I ain't never forget y'all for real.
Yes, sir. All right. I'll see you, gang.
All right, holla.
Nice meeting you.
See you.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay. Anyways, that was Alonzo Morgan. Big round of applause for him. Glad to have him on the show. Great guest. Can't wait to see him do big things in college. Anyways, we're starting a new segment today called Kyle's Corner, where Kyle asks a question of the day.
It's called Questions with Kyle. Oh my Lord.
We'll do a poll on that. Kyle's Corner or Questions with Kyle. Anyways, well, welcome to our new segment, Kyle's Corner, where Kyle's asks his
questions with Kyle. Just throw it out there. Yep.
All right, ask your question, Kyle.
Okay. Do I just ask one today?
Yes, ask one.
Okay. So, childhood, you're a baby. I mean, it goes two ways. When you're a parent and you're trying to feed your child, which one are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the choo-choo train or the airplane? It's a deal breaker. It really is.
All right. Let's see. Hold on, Dustin. Do you want to go first? Because I'll just argue whichever you don't.
I mean, personally, I'm going airplane.
Thank you. I mean,
It's the best way to do it.
But the thing is, airplane. Are we talking landing spot? Because choo-choo train, they gotta. It's like because their mouth is like a tunnel or something. But I mean, airplane. You see where I'm going with this? You know.
Listen, look. So choo-choo train, right? It doesn't make as much sense because a train, it just stays on the tracks and until it gets to the station, which I guess you could argue could be like the mouth of the station.
Yeah,
but what are you going to start the train all the way back here? No, the airplane's so much more dynamic and fun. So why wouldn't you be like, ooh, here comes the airplane? So,
but I mean, I think about it. If you're just doing chugga, 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 like that excites me. That makes me want to eat the food. Like if I got a chicken nugget, I'm going chugga, 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 choo choo. Yeah, that makes me want to what I don't know. I just feel it's just got me like, here comes the airplane. Like it's fun.
That was Kyle's Corner with Questions with Kyle.
I got a really good question for next week as well. So stay tuned.
Anyways, back to the show.
Anyways,
we've had a big weekend in pop culture. Let's start. We'll go basically timeline. So Jake Paul and Andrew Tate face off on, I believe, Friday morning-ish, Thursday morning. And so Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate looks like it's happening, a boxing match between two of the most controversial people on the internet, the problem child, Jake Paul, and the four-time kickboxing world champion, Andrew Tate.
I feel like that just gives off racist vibes, Walter. I'll say it. I mean, the fourth guy, that sounds like he's Indian now.
Yeah, that sounds a little.
I don't know if it was
little
just me. I think we're throwing shade towards
I'm not throwing shade towards Indian people. That's a Romanian act. Like
It sounds a little motivated. I'm not
that's
gonna
how
lie.
he sounds. That's how he talks.
No, that's
What
Indian.
color is your
That's
Bugatti?
Indian. That's Indian.
You guys are the racist ones. You guys know how much editing I'm about to have to do? I hate both of you.
No, keep it in there.
No.
We're gonna keep racist Walter.
Yeah,
there.
we want the world to see how you actually are.
Walter's gonna get canceled.
No.
Who's taking the money? It's us.
We
It's
just
Who's canceled? This is our show now.
We've just been monetized.
Yep. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Anyways, Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate looks like it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure there's nothing big that's come out of it other than the fact that they faced off and are planning to compete in a boxing match. I don't know many more details. Dustin, if you know anything, I don't.
Oh, I do. I'll
What do you know?
Okay, so I know nothing about anything, but I don't know anything about this either. But I watched the standoff, and I will say it's stupid. They're stupid. So think about it. Obviously, I saw it on TikTok, so it has music. But think about it. There's no music. You're just walking up to each other. If that's me, I'm going to start breaking out in laughter because that's a joke. Like it's so stupid. A standoff. Is that supposed to be intimidating? No. What? Then you stop the camera and what do? You talk to each other. Like it's stupid in my opinion. I'll say it. They're dumb. They're pointless.
Okay, but it's basically how they announce fights. That's not like I can agree that like it looks kind of goofy to me, but it's two men coming face to face with each other.
Yeah, about to kiss each other. Yeah, that's intimidating.
See, there is definitely a kiss to kill scale, and I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the video to get my opinion on if they were leaning more towards kiss or kill. But anyways, so let's talk about this potential fight itself. So I'm just gonna come out and say it because I've been waiting to say this all week. Jake Paul is going to knock out Andrew Tate.
You're only saying that because you hate Andrew Tate. That's all.
What's up? No. What's up? Jake Paul is a better boxer than Andrew Tate is.
I mean, is he a 4-time kickboxing world champion?
That's kickboxing. What's called? Andrew Tate's better with his feet than he is with his hands. And Jake Paul just beat Anderson Silva.
He's a bad. I don't know who that is.
We talked about him like a week ago.
Oh, okay.
But
my apologies.
But yeah, Jake Paul beat one of the greatest combat sports fighters of all time. I'm not worried about Andrew Tate. Jake Paul's got it in the bag, and I'm just gonna stand on that. That's a hill I'll die on. What's all? Jake Paul knocks out Andrew Tate, round 3. Easy.
All right, hold on. First of all, here's my prediction on this. They're going to do like a Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight where it's just an exhibition, no one wins. They're going to go out and punch each other and that's it.
You think they're going to do an exhibition? Jake and Logan genuinely dislike Andrew. There's no way they're doing just an exhibition. I think this is going to be a legit fight, and again, I think Jake's going to win. He's probably not actually going to just knock him out, but I think Jake's going to win. It could go the distance. I don't know. I haven't seen Tate fight in a while. He hasn't fought since 2020. Jake's fresh. Jake's young. He's spry. He's bouncy, and he's the only Paul brother that wins fights because we saw what happened with Logan against Roman Reigns. But yeah, give me Jake Paul, 3rd round. Knock out Andrew Tate. In reality, he's going the distance. Jake's going to win easy. I mean, their stats are not too incomparable. They're in the same weight class, obviously. And then I think Andrew might have like an inch or two on Jake in height. But as a fighter, what's Andrew Tate done for the past couple of years? He's just sat, drank vodka, and talked a bunch of crap on podcasts.
And smoked his cigars.
Smoked his cigars, yeah. And what's Jake Paul been doing the past 2 years? Training, nonstop, fighting. Because he's
got a goofy haircut, I'm being honest. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't care about his haircut because he's a boxer. And also Andrew Tate's bald. There we go.
It looks kind of sexy.
I was going to say, Andrew Tate's bald head honestly looks better than Jake Paul's I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Jake Paul is an ugly boy, but he's still going to beat Andrew Tate. I'm not hearing anything to dispute that.
Logan took all the looks. I'll say it. It's off topic, but I'm just he's pretty. He's pretty. He's attractive. I'll put it out there.
You guys think I don't actually I don't think Andrew Tate's attractive, to be completely honest.
I mean, I'm not saying he is either. He's he's mid, but I mean his bald head is kind of sexy. I mean, that's all. That's it. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, it's kind of one of the rare physical features he's got. Back on track, sadly. It's I predict when I'm predicting. If I'm predicting a fight winner, I'm normally going to pick the cooler name out of the two. But they both suck, so that's very disappointing. But if I'm going I'm going to trust Walt's knowledge that Jake Paul beat Anderson Silva, one of the best combat fighters, and just going off of that, I'm taking Paul. But I don't have a knockout. I think it's honestly going to be a pretty boring fight to say. But I think Paul wins in the end. But I think it's going to be overhyped and kind of a letdown, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those super boring fights, split decision. Jake Paul wins 56, 54, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't disagree with you guys, but I need views. Jake Paul knocks out Andrew Tate in round 3.
Oh, Lord.
And what's called? To be fair, hey, regardless of anything, you know what this is gonna do? It's gonna make a lot of money.
Yep, I think that's why they're both kind of in it. So they both win at the end of the day.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next, let's talk about another fight that just happened. Deji Mayweather versus Deji. Floyd Mayweather's on his exhibition tour fighting a bunch of influencers instead of other boxers. And yeah, Floyd Mayweather beat him in 6 rounds. He seemed to be toying with Deji the whole match until round 6, and then got Deji in the corner, beat up on him, and the match was over. Mayweather won handily, which I mean was kind of the obvious expectation. He's pound for pound one of the greatest boxers of all time. And yeah, I mean, plain and simple, I don't think we were expecting much of a different result. But I will say I'm impressed with Deji for a couple of the shots he landed. Do you guys want to give your thoughts on it before me?
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts on it. Honestly, I could really care less about the fight. I mean, it's Floyd Mayweather against a YouTuber. But I would like to say Floyd Mayweather is only taking these exhibition YouTuber fights because he is going broke. Any professional boxer who is undefeated, probably a top 3 boxer of all time, should not be taking YouTuber fights. And he's only doing it because he needs the money.
Let's see. I mean, Floyd Mayweather claims that he earns $300 million a month.
That's cannot be right. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Paul says that he's broke. But I mean, I guess we won't know because it's not like we get to see his income. But yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. It's like, why else would he be doing this? Why else would he be fighting these YouTubers? Other than to get a bag.
I would say it's literally the quickest bag you can get.
Yeah. Kyle, do you want to give your thoughts?
For one of the few times, I'll keep it very short. I agree. I think it's kind of stupid. Fight's pointless. Not really a fun fight to watch. I think it's dumb, but yeah, he's going broke. So, I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, they both get a lot of money, so they both benefit, especially him. But I think it's stupid. I think it's a boring fight. Media, it's boring, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we were kind of all out of consensus there. Though Deji gave him a black eye, so props to Deji for laying a couple shots. Although I do feel like Floyd could have ended the match at any point, and he was just kind of drawing it out for the sake of entertainment. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it was. It doesn't feel like, well, it's not real boxing, if I'm being honest. It doesn't feel like real boxing just because it's an entertainment type of thing. It's influencer boxing.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was something I'm sure there was a contract thing where it's if you go all rounds,
Yeah,
certain amount of rounds, you get more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You see where I have come on here and said Jake Paul is a real boxer because he is. I can't say that about any other influencer right now because, like, I mean, again, we saw this. This is ridiculous to be completely honest, and it's almost like obviously it draws a lot more attention to the sport of boxing, but it's kind of an insult to the sport of boxing, to be honest.
I'd agree.
All right. Yeah, moving forward. I'm gonna keep this brief, but I just wanted to mention it. Shout out to Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever for making $84 million on opening night. I didn't check exactly, but I know that's one of the higher ends for one night. And I'm gonna go get to see the movie tonight. Unfortunately, this video is not sponsored by Black Panther Wakanda Forever and Marvel. Hey, soon, maybe. But yeah, so I just wanted to say shout out to that film, and I'll get to see it tonight and probably talk about it next week. And then the last thing I want to talk about today is one of the more controversial comedians over the past few years. He's one of the greatest comedians of all time. Dave Chapelle performed on Saturday Night Live, and he made a couple jokes about Kanye's anti-Semitism, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, about Kanye's anti-Semitic comments. And yeah, did either of you guys watch Saturday Night Live? I watched a little bit of it.
I've seen some of the like jokes he made.
Not, but my mama did, and that shows a lot. So she's in the loop.
Oh wow. But yeah. I mean, he started with a 15-minute monologue basically making fun of Kanye. And yeah, again, it was just a big riff on Ye and his anti-Semitic comments. I mean, he had a brief statement that was like, he read a brief statement before it and was like, I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms, and I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time. And yeah, I mean, Dave Chappelle's funny. I know he's been really controversial because of what's called his special. I know his special had some joke that offended a lot of people. But I mean, he's one of the goats, and like again, he made fun of Kanye. I was surprised they had him on Saturday Night Live because of the controversy. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any thoughts on that? Really?
Yeah, so Dave Chappelle, he's a great comedian, but everything with like him and his, I mean, if you can say he was canceled, he's really good at satire, which is what people don't really like. When he makes jokes, it's satire, and that's what makes him so good. And some people can't like understand the satire and the joke and understand how he's not like making fun of the people. It's more for the joke.
Yeah, I mean, because it was a joke what's called that offended members of the trans community, and it was like, God, I don't remember the exact joke to be honest. And then like him like trying to cancel him, and nothing like bad happened. I think this actually goes into a wider discussion here to end off the show a bit stronger. Cancel culture is really stupid and counterintuitive. So I actually want to talk about that because Dave Chappelle, I enjoyed SNL yesterday. It was a good show. I don't watch it super often, but I like Dave Chappelle as a comedian. But so with cancel culture in the modern era, it's kind of the stupidest thing ever because you're giving the people you're trying to cancel so much more attention, so much more of a platform. So they actually reach more of the toxic people, like that you want, like Morgan Wallen. Whenever Morgan Wallen was recorded saying the N-word. So whenever Morgan Wallen said that word and he got canceled, you want to know what that resulted in? A TikTok trend with white people saying that word on TikTok, and those TikToks gain tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of likes. And Morgan Wallen's concert sold out, all that stuff. And Morgan Wallen like blew up because people were trying to cancel him over something. But what it was doing, it was giving him attention. And then people who liked him were like, oh wow, that's stupid. Or people who are racist and bigoted, they're like, oh, this person, I like this person, so I'm gonna throw my money at them. What's called? It's how Andrew Tate appeals to people by being very much what's called, it's through polarization, being polarizing, making polarizing comments, and it's same with that's how Donald Trump and a lot of other politicians in the world, that's how they get it. Even in America, the politicians on both sides, what's called polarization. And just again, so Dave Chappelle, like trying to cancel someone, it doesn't work. And it's really stupid and counterintuitive. If you don't like someone and what they have to say and what they have to do, I say don't consume their content. Like me personally, I would never listen to Morgan Wallen. And um, there are other people whose stuff I don't consume because I don't like it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, destroy this person, get rid of them, blah, 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 because it actually just gives them more attention. And that's really what these people are seeking.
Yeah, there's two things I have to say about cancel culture. First of all, you can't cancel someone that doesn't care.
Yup. Gonna say the
If
same
you
thing.
don't care, then you can't be canceled.
Mhm.
That's just kind of a given. And then second of all, any publicity is good publicity. So like if someone's trying to cancel you, then I mean either way it's gonna really just end up good for the person that's being canceled.
Shout out to our friend who said that at lunch yesterday, actually. And that brought up the any publicity is good publicity thing. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, dude, you're just giving them more attention and they're gaining a larger base because there are people who feel a certain type of way about these communities that isn't right and is bad, but they're like, oh, this person, like, he gets me. And then like so they go latch on, give that person more money, and then so that person that you dislike or are trying to cancel, they just grow. Their community grows, their platform grows, all that stuff. So like cancel culture, it's stupid. Like, and then also there is a certain point where someone is virtually uncancelable, like because they're such a big name. I mean, like even Kanye is still raking in millions and millions and millions after what he said. It's like you can't cancel again, you can't cancel someone who's that big and you can't cancel someone who doesn't care. And any publicity is good publicity. I think those are big takeaways. Kyle, your thoughts on cancel culture?
Um, I will just say from my very wide genius mind, it's stupid. I think it's pretty obvious to say it's stupid, but kind of agreeing with Dustin and you. Even these people that are getting canceled for this stuff, they're getting more money at the end of the day, and which they're benefiting, and you're just getting worse and worse by just hating on them because you're giving them money at the end of the day, and it just kind of all runs back in a circle, which helps them and makes you worse. So they're gaining while you're just losing. So it at the end of the day, that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'll probably chime in later about that.
Okay, yeah. And I think here's my message to people who like do try to cancel people because like I get it. It's frustrating when someone comes out and says things that are like really bad or things that offend you or whatever, blah blah blah. I get it. I get being upset, but the best way to cancel someone is don't give them attention. It's the same on like a personal level. When someone's being rude or like being obnoxious, just don't give them the attention they're seeking. Because at the end of the day, a lot of time that's what they want. They're just seeking attention. And like to gain attention, you say controversial things, and that grows like more people will listen because people are going to be upset, and then some people are who are crazy are going to be like, "Oh yeah, I agree with that." Blah blah blah.
I will say I will add in a little analogy that I thought of. My mama tells me. So like say like in my case, I say my big brother is picking on me. He's doing that for a reaction out of me. And if I don't react, I win. But if I react, I'm letting him win. I just thought for the dumb it down for some people. Not that I need that or anything, but I think it's a good analogy. So I'll throw it in there.
That is a good analogy. That's I was trying to find a good analogy for that, but yeah, exactly. If someone like people are bullies and say these things because they're insecure about themselves and they like want attention.
Yeah, they want a reaction. They
Yeah.
are doing it to get a reaction out of
If
you.
you don't react and you don't give them attention, they'll stop.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned. Or even if they don't, if you're not giving them attention, guess what? There's nothing. They get frustrated.
Yeah, it gets boring for them, and then they will stop eventually. So
they will, because if they're a normal person, they'll be like, "Oh, well, this is boring, and I'm gonna move on from." I mean, personally, I've dealt with that some this year. From a certain person who I will not name, but
name Walter just for the fun of it.
no, because that's stupid, and no one's gonna know who that person is because they're irrelevant.
It's a good idea.
But
just like we're saying, if we said his name, we give him attention.
Exactly.
Yup.
Give him the attention that he wants and they're begging for. Because this person has done a lot of messed up things to me and has been continuing to try to get my attention. I just don't give a reaction. And eventually I think they've stopped. And honestly, if they haven't, I don't care. But yeah, no, just overall cancel culture is stupid, and that's just, it's not how you deal with bullies. It's not how you deal with bad people, because again, any publicity is good publicity. We saw it. We've seen an actor or a reality TV star become president off of any publicity is good publicity. Off of that as their platform. What's old? I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew Tate eventually makes a presidential run off of that same thing. Any publicity is good publicity, because just such a polarizing person. And I mean, yeah, I think overall cancel culture is really stupid and it doesn't work, and there are better ways to deal with it.
Agreed.
Fully agree.
But
Agree.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm good for the episode if you guys are.
Pop culture. That's what we're going to talk about. Really.
We did.
Really. Pop culture.
I mean, we can talk about how the Chiefs just beat down on the Jags.
Okay, so Jags. You
Who
won.
cares about that? It's the Jags.
Or how the Lions won today.
And also, hey guys, there's this thing called runtime. And remember the last time we sat here and talked about sports?
Okay, you know what? 60-second sports.
The Green Bay Packers suck.
Chiefs are winning Super Bowl.
Green Bay Packers
fall
have the
down
most
like a
disappointing
giraffe.
season ever.
Hey, AFC still runs through KC.
We'll say Vikings-Bills game of the year. Absolutely amazing game to watch.
Yeah, that was actually a really good game.
I will say congrats to the Vikings. It just shows how well they are able to compete at a high level. Stephon Diggs played a great game though, and so did Deji, two of the best receivers in the league. And another disappointing one, the Lions beat the Bears, which is kind of both ways. Because I mean, you gotta love both teams at the end of the day. Feel bad for Justin Fields, played great, but Lions get back and won, so it's very disappointing.
Kirk Cousins is the top 10 quarterback in the league right now.
I was saying,
yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I'm ending this with Russell Westbrook was never the problem. Anyways, so
Sure.
I think, yeah, that's a good spot where we can end it. And thank you boys for coming on and helping with the show as always. Much gratitude.
Of course. Always my pleasure to be here.
And I think at least overall, yeah, a good episode. Thank you all for watching at home or listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Hit that follow button if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, there's more content to come on YouTube. I'm gonna announce something later this week. And then we're gonna keep doing this.
Shorts are coming soon.
YouTube shorts are coming soon.
Yep, they are.
And we're coming out with podcast weekly. Every Tuesday drops. We record Sundays at 5, and we've got a couple big guests lined up, hopefully for this December. And yeah, thank you all for watching the show. Much love. Thank you to my beautiful co-host. Thank you to Alonzo for coming on. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the show. See you guys next time.
Love you, Walter. Love you, Dustin. Love all my fans as well. So, yep.
Love you guys.